What if I told you that sometimes sanity and insanity might not be as black and white as we think? Have you ever questioned the parameters that define our mental states? Could it be possible that these lines are more blurred than we've been led to believe? Our understanding of sanity and insanity is about to be challenged. We're going to delve into a world where these concepts were put to the test. This question was the driving force behind a fascinating psychological experiment conducted by David Rosenhan in 1973. Rosenhan's experiment, famously known as On Being Sane in Insane Places, started with a simple premise. The stage was set with Rosenhan himself and 7 other brave individuals, who we'll refer to as pseudo-patients. Each of them, in a daring play, faked hallucinations, a common symptom of serious mental illness, to get admitted into 12 different psychiatric hospitals scattered across the United States. Once inside these hallowed halls of mental health, they did something unexpected. They stopped their act. They behaved as they normally would, conversed as they usually do, and reported a complete absence of the hallucinations they initially claimed. They were, for all intents and purposes, their regular, sane selves. Yet the hospital saw them through a different lens. Despite their apparent return to normalcy, their discharge diagnosis was often schizophrenia in remission. This meant the doctors believed their insanity was not cured but merely lying dormant, ready to resurface at any given moment. The results of Rosenhan's experiment sent shockwaves through the psychiatric community. The implications were profound, far-reaching, and even unsettling. The experiment, in its simplicity and directness, laid bare the subjective nature of psychiatric diagnoses, casting a long shadow of doubt over the field's reliability. Rosenhan's work highlighted the fact that mental health diagnoses are not as clear-cut as one might assume. They are not like diagnosing a broken bone or a bacterial infection. They are steeped in the interpretations and judgments of the observer. What one psychiatrist might see as a symptom, another might see as a harmless quirk. This subjectivity can lead to misdiagnoses, overdiagnoses, and even harmful treatments. But the implications went further. Rosenhan's experiment shone a harsh light on the dehumanizing effects of psychiatric institutions. The pseudo-patients in his study were stripped of their identities, reduced to a diagnosis, and treated as less than human. This dehumanizing process not only erodes the dignity of patients, but also reinforces the stigma of mental illness. The experiment also sparked a fierce debate about the validity and reliability of psychiatric diagnoses. This debate led to significant changes in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the Bible of Psychiatry. These changes sought to make diagnoses more objective, more reliable, and less open to interpretation. So, the next time you think about sanity and insanity, remember Rosenhan's experiment and the blurred lines between the two. After all, what is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.